students. In the previous class we had studied about speed and velocity. Today we'll see the uniform and non-uniform motion. Now what is uniform motion? When you hear the word uniform itself, you can make out that is nothing but when body travels equal distances in equal intervals of time. Okay, it should be uniform. So what is the definition? When body travels equal distances, okay, when an object travels equal distances, it should be in equal intervals of time. For example, if the car moves 20 kilometer from one point to another point A to B in 5 seconds. Next, from point B to C, again it travels 20 kilometer, same within 5 seconds. So that is the uniform motion. For example, if you see, car moves from point A to B and covers the distance 10 meter within 5 seconds. Again from B to C 10 meter 5 seconds, and from C to D 10 meter 5 seconds. That is what when the object travels in equal distances in equal intervals of time. Okay, body travels equal distances in equal intervals of time. Time also should be equal, distance also should be equal. That is called uniform motion. Now what is non-uniform motion? It is when body travels unequal distances in equal intervals of time. Okay, non-uniform is unequal distances but the time intervals should be same. For example, if you see, so this is the another example for non-uniform motion. Now what happens here? The object moves from A to B and the covers distances 10 meter within 5 seconds. Then if you see, from B to C, it covers the distance 20 meter within 5 seconds. And from C to D, it covers the distance 5 meter within 5 seconds. So if you see, the distances are different, okay? But the time intervals are the same. So in non-uniform motion, what happens? Body, that is the object, will travel unequal distances within equal intervals of time. Time will be same but the distances, the measurement will be different. Whereas in uniform motion, equal distances in equal intervals of time. Now in the first case, if I ask you the overall speed of this, okay, that is from A to D, overall speed of this object, what you can find out, it is S is equal to D1 by T. That is, first one is 10 meter 5 second. Again D2 by T is 10 meter 5. D3 by T is 10 meter by 5. So you get 2 meter per second. Here also 2 meter per second, and here also 2 meter per second. So you get the speed same, isn't it? So you add up those values, that is D1 by T plus D2 by T plus next D3 by T. So what do you get here? 2 plus 2 plus 2 is equal to 6 meter per second. So in the first case, in the uniform motion, if I ask the overall speed, you are able to say it is 6 meter per second. Throughout the journey, what happens? The speed remains constant. What if in case of non-uniform motion? Now in case of non-uniform motion, if I ask overall speed, what will you say? It is 10 by 5 is 2 meter per second. Then 20 by 5 is 4 meter per second, and then 5 by 5 is 1 meter per second. So if you see, you have got different speed, isn't it? 2 meter per second, 4 meter per second, 1 meter per second. So through this, what you can say, throughout the journey the speed is not constant. You cannot take overall speed here. Why? Because speed changes in each point. If you see here, the speed will change in each point. So in such cases, how to find out overall speed. So as I asked the question, in such cases, how to find out the overall speed? That is nothing but, let's study the average speed and average velocity. Now, why we need this average speed and average velocity? So because of previous example, isn't it? In order to find out the overall speed. So as we saw in the previous example, we cannot take the overall speed, isn't it? So in this case, what happens? In order to remove the overall speed, we have to learn the average speed and the average velocity. Now what is average speed? It is the total distance traveled divided by the total time taken to cover that distance. So what is the formula? Average speed is equal to total distance covered divided by the time taken. Now if you consider the same example here, so the total distance covered, that is 10, 25 meter. If you add up to this, you get 35 meter, isn't it? If you add up to the seconds, 15 seconds. So you get 5 3s are 15, 5 7s are 35. So if you convert this, you get some value, isn't it? So that is your overall speed. So that is how you have to find out, that is total distance covered and the divided by the total time taken. So when you do that, you get the average speed. Now if you consider an example here, an object travels 16 meter in 4 seconds and then another 16 meter in 2 seconds. What is the average speed of the object? So what is given first? D1, that is object travels 16 meter in 4 seconds. So let's consider D1 as 16 meter, T1 as 4 seconds, and then the another 16 meter in 2 seconds. So D2 is 16 meter and T2 is 2 seconds. So what is the total distance? You have to add up, that is D1 and D2. You get 16 plus 16 is 32 meter. And total time taken. In order to take the total time, you have to add T1 and T2. 4 plus 2 is 6 seconds. Now how to find out average speed? That is total distance divided by total time taken. So 32 by 6, you get 5.33 meter per second. So this is your average speed of the object. Next we'll see about the average velocity. So what is average velocity? That is the total displacement divided by total time taken. If the velocity is changing, okay, this please remember this sentence, if the velocity is changing but at uniform rate, then average velocity will be arithmetic mean of initial and final velocity. The sentence, the meaning is, if the velocity is changing but at uniform rate, okay, the rate will be uniform but velocity will change. That time what you have to do? The arithmetic mean of initial and final velocities. So your average velocity will be initial velocity and final velocity divided by 2. 2 is nothing but the total velocity. So when the velocity changes, your formula is initial velocity plus final velocity divided by 2. Otherwise, you can easily find out the average velocity, that is total displacement by total time. Average speed is total distance by total time, whereas average velocity is displacement by total time. Displacement is nothing but the initial, here no minusing, okay. Total displacement is yes, but when velocity changes, if the velocity will change, what happens? Your formula is this, initial velocity and the final velocity, you have to add up and then divided by 2. So let's see this. This is there in our textbook. Usha swims in a 90 meter long pool. She covers 180 meter in 1 minute by swimming from one end to the other end and back along the same straight path. Find the average speed and average velocity of Usha. So what is given here? Usha swims in a 90-meter long pool. Okay, 90-meter long pool. Now first what happens? She covers 180 meter in 1 minute. So total distance covered by Usha in 1 minute is 180 meter. By swimming from one end to the other, that is from one end to the other, and back along the same straight path. What she does here? If she swims from one point to the other, again she comes back to the point. So the total distance will be 180 meter. What is the displacement in 1 minute? That is 0 meter. Okay, because it is said she comes back. So I have told displacement is initial position and the final position. So here she starts the journey and then comes back to the same place. So the displacement will be 0. So what is the average speed? Total distance by time taken. What is the total distance? 180 meter by time is 1 minute. So here I have told you have to convert minute into seconds. So 1 is 60 seconds. So 1 into 60 is 60. So 180 by 60 you get 3 meter per second. So this is your average speed. Now what about the average velocity? That is the displacement by total time taken. What is the displacement? 0 minus 60 seconds. What do you get? 0 meter per second. So the average speed of Usha is 3 meter per second, whereas average velocity is 0 meter per second. Now here don't get confused with this formula. The average velocity is total displacement by total time. Okay, but here the sentence, if you read, if the velocity is changing, when your velocity changes, that time you have to use this arithmetic mean, that is initial and final velocity. Okay, here you are adding up the value, but displacement it is you finding the differences, that is minusing. So here the average velocity we have used displacement by total time taken. So in today's class we have learnt uniform and non-uniform motion and then the average speed and average velocity.